Okay, so in the last video, we saw how to retrieve the history for our chat messages from previous sessions. So in this video, let's see how we can set the username for our chat application user. Okay, so let's head over to our index.php here. Okay, so let's close up every other file. So I'll close all tabs and I'll just come to index here. Okay, so right after our h2 here, we're going to create an input form there so that we can set the username. Okay, so I've created a quick snippet here and I'm going to paste that there. Let's just quickly format that. Okay, so I'll come back to the browser here, refresh. So it says messages for whichever user, so set username. Okay, so basically when we click on that, nothing happens. It just submits back to this index.html. Okay, but what we want to do is anytime the user submits a username here, we set that as the username for the current user. That's where the the jQuery cookie plugin comes into play. That is this jQuery cookie.js file here. So let's go over to our main.js JavaScript file, and we're going to modify it a little bit. So first thing what we need to do is let's cache the username input. So username form equal to let's just select that. So that form will have username setter. Okay, since that's the class that it has, it's just a simple form, username setter, and also let's say username input equals to username form dot find. Let's see that how we can select that input, and it has a class of username input. Okay, so we're going to find that inside the form. So dot username input. And next what we need to do is anytime that we connect after doing our Ajax request, basically it doesn't matter where we do it, before or after Ajax, because it's all asynchronous. So we're going to say var chat name equal to $.cookie. Basically how you use this cookie plugin is that when you when you do $.cookie and you pass in one parameter, which is a string, it's acts as if you are retrieving the value from the cookie. But if you pass in two, let's say chat name, and then you set in another value here called something, it is going to set chat name cookie to that something. Okay, so if we don't pass in the second one, it's going to give us back chat name. So here we're saying, okay, give me chat name, but since we have never set a chat name before, we're going to say if not chat name, that is if no chat name has ever been set before, we're going to set a random chat name. Okay, so let's say var timestamp equals to new date, and then we're gonna get the time for that, but that will give us the current timestamp for whatever time we're in. So let's set chat name to anonymous, and then we're gonna append the timestamp there because we want it to be unique for every user that connects to the server. Okay, so now we can do $.cookie, but now we're not retrieving chat name, we're actually setting it. Okay, so chat name, and then now let's just set it to chat name. And finally, you notice this text here that says messages for, as it's doing here, we want to target this username span here and set it its text as the chat name. So let's do that. So $, and I'm going to select username text, and I'm going to set it to chat name. Okay, so let's go back to our browser and refresh and see what we have. As you can see, that chat name is anonymous145. Now even if I refresh, it's still going to be the same. But now let's see how to set chat names manually ourselves here so that it overrides the default one given to us. Okay, so back to our main.js here, we're going to say anytime that that form has been submitted, that is this username form here, we're going to handle that. So let's go underneath here for the submission for chat form. So username form dot on submit, and then we're going to pass in an event handler here, which is a closure, and we're going to do e, which is the event. So let's do e.prevent default. So let's do var chat name equals to username input dot var. So we're going to check if that the length of whatever's been submitted is more than 0. So let's do chat name dot length. If the length is more than 0, now we can manually set that in the cookie and override the default one. So let's do $.cookie. And what do we want to set in the cookie? Chat name, and the value will be chat name. And then last, what we want to do is we want to set whatever text is being shown here. Okay, so let's do dollar username dot text, and it's going to be chat name. Okay, so let's go back to the browser and refresh. So now that we've been given the default one, let's just set it to another one. So let's say Jane. Now do set. As you can see, now Jane is the default chat name. When I refresh, Jane will still be persisted there. Let's set it to something else, to say Patrick, and we're going to set it to Patrick. Now that will work for Firefox as well. So let's refresh, and now Firefox also has been given the anonymous one. So let's just say Lisa, and then I'll set it here to Lisa. Now when I refresh, Lisa will be persisted, and when I refresh for Chrome as well, Patrick will be persisted.